Reminder, this is a marathon, not a sprint. Welcome to 1976. This is week 5 of my year-by-year, album-by-album trawl through 52 years of human existence. Check the channel page for the other entries so far, which are now rolled up in playlist format. Barely aware of pop music in a big way at the age of 4, but retrospective me considered a few of these for this year. I mentioned Bowie's Station to Station in my recent Goldilocks albums video, so I won't rake over that one. Suffice to say, it's a really great slice of transitional Bowie. Others just missing out. Fela Kuti's Zombie is my favourite of his. Ivor Cutler's wonderful Jammy Smears is a warm, weird, funny, poignant, and idiosyncratic joy. And the Modern Lovers self-titled debut also finally came out this year after numerous aborted sessions going all the way back to 1971. It's a classic, formative kind of art rock, pre-punk, proto-punk recording. But proto-punk, be damned, it's 1976, so only right that this year gets the genuine article. Scholars, fans, nerds have all argued over the definitive Year Zero punk record. Some like to go back as far as the Stooges, the MC5, when the late 60s hippie culture dissolved into fury and defiance and nihilism. Others would rather pinpoint the UK punk explosion of 76, 77 as, the moment punk earned its title on its own terms, on its own merits. But we wouldn't actually get a proper studio album from a UK punk act until 1977 with that Damned album coming out in February of that year. My choice for 1976, and for me, I'm calling it the first true punk album. And that is Ramones, the self-titled debut album by the Ramones. Yeah, punk as a thing had been in the air and ping-ponging back and forth between London and New York City for a couple of years. I think most of the originating came from the US side. The Voidoids, Cleveland natives, the Dead Boys, the Heartbreakers, and of course the Ramones. But then the response, if you like, the UK wave, the Pistols, the Damned, the Clash, Buzzcocks, Wire, they kicked off a whole wave of cross-pollination, which kind of ferried back and forth over the Atlantic. It was the Ramones, I think, though, that via this album and some legendary London shows in the summer of 76 that gave the UK punk scene that final jolt it needed before, it leapt the barriers and into the mainstream. There are a couple of reasons why I think this is the definitive punk album and not a proto-punk album. First, the speed and the brevity. It's 29 minutes long, 14 songs, all of them around the 2-minute mark. You get none of the extended kind of jam tendencies of some of the early 70s proto-punks. These are short, brutal statements. In, out, achieve maximum impact, and you're done. And the second reason I think is the influences. Early 70s rock had just got big, bloated, very technical. And this album is a complete rejection of all of those things. There are no solos here. There are very little in the way of studio trickery. Think, pre-Beatles, think early Beatles, Mersey Beat, surf music, garage pop, girl groups, 50s bubblegum and doo-wop, Chuck Berry, Eddie Cochran. This was all about simplicity. Songs weren't about high ideas or concepts. You get love songs, drunk songs, fighting songs, songs about horror movies, war movies, comic books. This band was their life, and maybe it was yours. I think this record has become such a staple that it's easy to overlook just how stacked a record it is, with writing contributions from all 4 members. You get Blitzkrieg Bop, Judy is a Punk, Now I Want to Sniff Some Glue, 53rd and 3rd, Chainsaw, Loudmouth. It's fast, it's catchy, it's funny, it's irreverent, and it even gets a bit personal at points. And the recipe? It's kind of Joey's honky holler with those tortured vowels, Johnny's bullying, jabbing, downstrokes, Dee Dee doing the hold down bass and pitching in on occasional vocals. Tommy's beats, concise and showy, a little raggedy at times. And that's it, this record, and on into the next 3 albums, plus the amazing, even faster live record, It's Alive. No tinkering, same as the first. The Beatles had, Buddy Holly, they had Chuck Berry, they had Little Richard. And I think in that UK, the nascent UK punk scene, they had the Ramones. Time-wise, maybe you think there's not much in it. Could they have really influenced them that quickly? I think things moved pretty fast then, and the Ramones were, at that point, quicker than everyone else. They cast a very, very long shadow too. Husker Du loved them. Think of the cover of Sheena as a Punk Rocker on the Living End album.
Steve Albini absolutely cherishes this first album. And there's a whole generation of pop punk bands who owe their entire careers to them. It's easy to get blasé about the Ramones. The t-shirt thing, the fact that they're so easy to pastiche. I would say don't sweat it. Go back, listen to the songs again, and just have fun. Okay, that's my choice for 76. Honestly, this one was quite an easy one for me. I love the Ramones, and I think that first run of 4-5 albums, it's unbeatable. Anyway, as ever, do pitch in down below the line with maybe your favourite album from 1976. But that's it for now. Until next time. Thanks very, very much for watching. Please show your appreciation in all the usual ways. And you take care. I will see you again soon. Bye for now.